working okay from your side? Hi, Daniel. Hi, Amir. Thank you, Ibrahim. Hi, Leora. Oko. Okay, good stuff. So first of all, we're going to start some reading. Okay, so we're looking at this topic here called spellings. So this is GCSE English. Let's just blow this up and let's get a few volunteers to read this. Well, not volunteers. In fact, I'll pick on you myself. Let's start with, let's go with Mirab first of all, for a little bit of reading, Mirab.
Hello.
Hi, Mirab. Just have a read of the first 2 paragraphs, please, Mirab.
Okay.
Thank you.
Methods for learning tricky spellings. The first piece of advice seems obvious, yet it is surprising how little it is taken. Look up words in dictionaries and check their spellings. Dictionaries work on the alphabet principle for each word. Finding words becomes easier with practice. Carry a small dictionary with you. Relying on teachers and others to spell words for you means that you will never really learn them. Aim to be an independent learner. The look, say, cover, write, check method is a successful one as long as you have spelled the words correctly in the first place. Learning words by repeating this process does work.
Lovely, Mirab. Thank you so much. And like we covered, so the first piece of advice seems obvious. It's surprising how little is taken. Use a dictionary. How many times have you all heard that saying? Use a dictionary. Why is using a dictionary so important? Well, because you can look up words, you can quickly find the meanings and the definitions, especially if you're not sure what they mean. And it's not only just for definitions, it's mostly for spellings. How many times do we actually write and get the spelling wrong? So it's very, very important that we use a dictionary. Now, a dictionary doesn't have to be a book, an old book. It can be a dictionary on the internet. So you can go into Google, type in dictionary, you'll get so many different options that will come up. Just click one of them. Could be Oxford Dictionary, could be Cambridge, it could be a different dictionary, but just make sure that it's related to the UK, especially in terms of the spellings and the grammar and the vocabulary, and have a look at the spellings. So that's how you actually learn to improve your spellings and your vocabulary as well. Okay, good. So we're now moving on to the third paragraph. And for the third paragraph, let's go to Ursula for the third paragraph. Ursula, third and fourth paragraph, please.
Okay, so try writing a crazy but memorable sentence using each letter of the word mnemonic. Take, for example, the word believe. Big elephants look inside elephantine vases everywhere. Only use this method for the few methods that are the biggest bugbears for you. Otherwise, you will have too many strange phrases to remember. Use the sound of words to help you spell them. Work your way through each syllable as you aim to spell the word. This works for many words and is always worth trying before using other methods. For
Okay,
tricky plural endings, okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Ursula. And so what we just read just now shows us that you can use memorable sentences to even remember spellings. So, for example, mnemonic. Does anybody know what a mnemonic is? So it gives you an example here of the word believe. So Believe. If this is the word that you constantly find difficult to spell, use a mnemonic, make it up. So B stands for big, elephant stands for E, L stands for look, inside is I, elephantine is E, V for vases, and E for everywhere. When I was your age, I used to always get the spelling of the word restaurant wrong. How many people struggle with spelling the word restaurant? Anybody? Send me a message in the chat box. Restaurant. Anybody know how to spell restaurant? Well, this is one particular word that I used to get wrong all the time when I was young, and I just couldn't remember it. So then finally, I had to actually split the word into syllables. So rest, AE in the middle, and then ront at the end. So I learned those two letters in the middle, AU. So that's where I kind of got mixed up with the word restaurant. It was the AU in the middle that I just couldn't figure out. So once I memorized AU in the middle, then spelling restaurant became so easy. But you know what? That was just my method. You can use a method as well. You could use a mnemonic, you can use a dictionary, you can use a completely different method that actually helps you in a way. But whenever you come across a spelling word and you consistently get the spelling wrong and you find it hard, please do not forget it. Just make sure that you learn it as you kind of go along. Okay. So let's carry on with the reading and get a few more people to carry on. Okay, so let's go to Eliora for the next one. Hi, Eliora.
Hi. So from the top?
So start from here. Just use the sound of words.
Use the sound of words to help you spell them. Work your way through each syllable as you aim to spell the word. This works for many words and is always worth trying before using other methods. For a tricky plural endings, follow the rules in 5, 6, and 7. If a noun ends with a Y, it has a letter such as P, R, or N before they, you need to add IES to the plural. Example, diary, diaries, curry, curries, company, companies, cities. If the last letter before Y is a vowel, A, I, O, U, you have to add an S to make it plural. Example, boy, boys, journey, journeys, keys, keys, guy, guys, monkeys, monkeys. Well, words which end in FE, such as knife, take the S in plurals. Similarly, words ending in F, like shelf or half, change to shelves and halves in plurals.
Yes, good go. Okay, so we know about the Y's. So if you get rid of the Y and then you just add an IES at the end, we know about the S's. If the word actually ends in a plural, so for example, an E, an FE, such as knife, just change it into VES. So these are pretty much simple things that you already know, but it's just always good to actually go through them one more time as well. Let's go through some more reading. Let's go to Amir.
Hello.
Hi Amir, are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Just read the last bullet point.
Use I before E except after C. For example, receive.
Okay,
Proofread
so
your
just hold on there 1 second, Amir. 1 second. How many people get this word wrong when they spell receive? Does anybody get I and E mixed up? Amir, have you ever got that mixed up?
No.
No? Send me a message in the chat box if you actually get confused with spelling the word receive. Because it's a very, very common mistake with students. Okay, so a few of you actually raising your hands. Yep, I thought so. Yeah, it's very, very common, isn't it? So good. Okay, sorry, Emil, carry on.
Proofread your work for words that you know are likely to get wrong. Make a list of these words from a number of subjects and focus on learning them.
Carry on.
A good way of improving your spelling is to realize that words belong to families. If you know the basic words, you will have a good idea about other similar words. For instance, the spelling of criticism is easier if you relate it to a critic. Here are some other useful word families.
Good. Okay, thank you, Amir. Let's go to somebody else to carry on. Let's go to Usaid Sakib. Hello, say, just unmute yourself. How you doing?
Yeah. Sorry, this is my first lesson.
I know. How you doing? Are you okay? That's why I'm asking you. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Fantastic. Just read out some of these spelling words here. Say,
Act, actor, action, activity, react, reaction, assist, assistant, assistance, ambulance, balance, ambulance, unbalanced, bore, boring, boredom, call.
okay, great. Say, so tell me something. You know some of these words that you read so far. What's the common factor between some of these words that you've just read?
The prefixes and
similar?
suffixes.
Yeah, exactly. So the prefixes that you first read, act, actor, action, activity, you know, they all start with ACT. And then you had balance, imbalance, unbalance. The suffixes, which is the second part of the word, were pretty much similar. And then you had bore, boring, boredom. Again, you had the prefixes, which were very, very similar. So these are some of the techniques that you can actually use to remember how to actually spell certain words. All right. So, you know, spelling is crucial. Why is it crucial? Because in your GCSE exams, spelling, punctuation, and grammar will also be taken into account very seriously. So if you feel like you're going to be writing an essay or answering exam questions, and maybe spelling words isn't a priority on your list right now, well, it should be, because spellings will actually make a difference to a certain grade that you may receive in your final GCSE exam results. I cannot stress this even more. And that's why I've had to repeat this 2 or 3 times, because a lot of students don't take spelling seriously. And this is why we're doing this particular topic. All right. So good. So let's have a look at some vocabulary along with some questions as we go along. So we're starting off with spellings itself. So let's have some feedback. So Jose, because you started off, I'm just going to unmute you again and get some feedback off you as well. Okay. Right. So when are you starting back up school, Jose?
This Friday.
This Friday. Okay. How are you finding it? Are you looking forward to it?
Yeah.
Lovely. Okay. So the prefix tele means what? Be careful in this one.
Does it mean far?
It does mean far. Now tell me something. Why did you go with far and why did you not go with any of the others, especially to do with television?
Because to do with television, that doesn't apply to all of them. Like you could say telegram. That has nothing to do with television. Or telegraph.
Good. So when you answered this question for homework, did you have to do a little bit of research for this one?
No, I just kind of thought about it.
Well, you thought, well, good lad. And what about this one? So an aquameter, if it existed, would be what?
Something you to measure water.
Yeah, so what does aqua mean?
Aqua means water.
Absolutely. So a device for measuring water. That's what we're going to go with. Thank you very much, Saib. Just mute yourself. Let's go on to the next one. So question number 3. Okay, for this, let's go to Dan.
Hello.
Hello, Dan. How are you?
I'm fine.
You been okay?
Yeah.
Good lad. Okay, so biennial. What do you think that means?
I know what the answer is.
Okay, so if you know the answer, you must know what it means, right?
It means occurring twice a year.
Occurring twice a year, absolutely. So bi means 2 or twice, and occurring twice a year. What does annual mean?
It happens once.
Annual.
It means it happens once a year.
Yeah, so the word annual comes from the root word annum, and annum and annual both mean a year. So in this case, we're combining twice a year together to make the word biennial. Well done. And try this one as well, please, Dan.
It means a plane with one set of wings.
So what's the word?
Monoplane.
Monoplane. What does mono mean?
It means one.
It means one. So mono means one, and when you combine one and plane together, so in this case it's going to be a plane with only one set of wings. Well done. Good. Okay, let's go to the next one. For this, let's go to Ibrahim.
Yeah.
Hello, Ibi. Are you okay?
Yeah, good, thanks.
Good stuff. And let's have a look at this one then.
Bi means two-headed. Bicephalus means two-headed. So mono in most occasions means one. So if two-headed means bicephalus, then monocephalus would mean one-headed.
Well done. Okay, so monocephalus would mean one-headed. Good. And try this one as well. What is mnemonic? Something that we covered in the text.
Yep. A mnemonic would be a memorable sentence using each letter of the word. So it's A.
Yeah, so we're going to go with a mnemonic is a word, a phrase or a sentence that helps you remember something. A phrase is a short sentence, all right, some keywords. So we'll go with this one. Good lad. Thank you. Okay, so let's go on to the next one. Let's go to Oman.
Hello?
Hello, Oman. How are you?
I'm good.
When are you starting school?
This Friday.
Okay, lovely. So have a read of this.
What is the name for words that have the same sound but different spellings? I think it'll be a homophone.
Okay, give me examples of homophones.
So like C and the C,
Yeah.
they're really similar sounding, but they're two different things. So like I see something, or the sea as in the ocean.
Well done. And give me another example.
Hair and hair, because obviously you got your hair, and then I can't remember what the other hair means. The one with a double A.
You mean
Rabbit.
okay? So one is hair, Hair, and what about the animal?
Yeah, I think it's an animal. Yeah, it's a rabbit or something, I think.
Yeah, so it's a hare, but it looks like pretty much like a rabbit, but it runs really, really quickly. And give me one last homophone, please, Amar.
Can't really think of one off the top of my head. Can't think of one.
You've given me two already, so that's pretty good, right? So that's fine. So in terms of homophones, you could have various examples. I mean, homophones are words that actually sound the same, but they have different meanings. So it could be, pie or pie. It could be hair or hair, like Aman mentioned. There's various examples, but that's one of the key requirements. If you were to do a GCSE English exam paper, and you were coming across different techniques in terms of looking at language techniques, homophones is a very good language technique that you can try and look for and identify when you're actually going through your exam paper as well. Next question, what is the difference between an examiner and an examinee? So for this one, let's go to Rachel.
All right.
Hi, Rachel.
Is the examiner the person doing the examining and the examinee is the person being examined?
Yeah, so the examiner is the person doing the examining, and examinee is the person being examined. So if you were to be having exams, let's say next month, so would you be the examiner or the examinee?
The examinee.
Examinee, well done. Good. Good stuff. And let's have a look at the next one as well, Rachel. So what is the irregular plural form of dwarf? Do you know what a dwarf is?
Is it that like person with dwarfism?
What does dwarfism actually mean?
Like someone who's really short?
Yeah, someone who's naturally short is called a person who's actually a dwarf. And what would be the correct plural for dwarf? If there was more than one dwarf, how would you actually say it?
Is it A?
Dwarfs? Not quite. Try
Oh
again.
no, wait. B?
I would go for C. This is the hard question, by the way. So it's
Oh.
very easy to get confused in this one. And I think for homework, quite a few students got this one wrong as well. But I would go for this one. So you're turning the F into a V and adding ES at the end. So more than one dwarf is called dwarves.
Okay.
Good. Well done.
Yeah.
Good try. So let's just select C and go to the next one. Thank you, Rachel. Okay, so next question, very similar. What is the irregular plural form of the word hoof? So for this one, let's go to Lababa.
Hooves.
Okay, good. Just turn your video on a second, Lababa.
My video does not work.
Just turn it on. You should have a sign now.
It does not. It doesn't. I tried, but it doesn't work.
Why is it not working? It used to work before. Have you
And I'm
turned it
not
off
my
from the? Have you turned it off from the settings again from the back?
No, but I'm at my auntie's house right now, and it does not work.
Okay, fine. Can you just kindly ask Dad to make sure that it's turned on, please, next time, if you don't mind? Yes?
Yeah.
So having the video on and the audio on is a pre-requirement for this class every single time. So,
I think I might have turned it off from the settings. I'm not sure.
yeah, no, it looks like it probably has been, but that's fine. Just let you know for next lesson, okay?
Yeah.
All right, so what did you say hoof, the plural is?
Hooves. A.
What is a hoof or hooves?
It's on horses.
Oh, whereabouts is it on horses?
It's on their feet.
Okay, well done. Good, Rubaba. Thank you so much. Let's go on to the next one. So we're looking at shelf in this case. What's the plural form for the word shelf? Let's go to Zoha for the next one. Hi, Zoha.
Hi.
So we're looking for the plural for the word shelf.
What do we do?
How would you pronounce it?
Shelves.
Good girl, well done. Shelves is correct. Let's do one more, Zoha. Now we're looking at knife. So more than one knife would be pronounced as?
Knives.
Knives. Good stuff. Okay. Thank you, Zoha. And let's go to the next one, which is life. Let's go to Fatma for this one. Okay, so let's go to Fatma for this question. Hi, Fatma.
Hello.
Hi there. How are you?
Fine.
Good. So we're looking at life and the plural.
The plural of life would be lives, so A.
Yeah, pretty straightforward. And try this one as well. Half.
It would be halves, so C.
Yeah, good. And let's do the last one together as well. Calf. What's a calf?
Calf is what a baby cow is called.
Okay.
It would be D.
D. Okay. Good. Well done. And when are you starting school, Fatma?
I start on, I think it's the 5th of September, so Monday.
5th of September. Okay. Good. Well done. You got everything ready? So 5th is going to be a Saturday, by the way. You're surely not going in on Saturday, right?
Oh no, sorry, we're doing something else on the 5th, but I am going to school on Monday.
Okay, so it's the 7th. So that's good. You've got 1 week left. Make the most of it. Thank you, Fatma. Let's go on to our next topic, which was words that are often misspelt. So again, this is a combination of the interaction between spellings. When students get to GCSE level, they think they don't need any help in spellings because they know how to spell every single word in the world. But we know that isn't the case. So sometimes it's actually good to do some practice as well. Okay, and that's one of the reasons why we're doing this particular topic. Let's go to Danny, for the next one.
Hello.
Hi, Danny. How are you?
Good.
Very good. Have a read of this, please.
Each of the sentences below has 2 possible spelling errors. Choose the sentence in which both words are spelled correctly. Is it B?
Why do you think it's not going to be A, C, or D?
Because in A, Mediterranean should have 2 R's, I think. In C, it's the same, and there is not an A at the end of the thing. And then in D, it's the Caribbean has only 1 B, and Mediterranean is spelled wrong.
So in this case, we're going for which one?
B.
B. So B is correct because Mediterranean is spelled correctly because it's got 2 R's. Caribbean is spelled correctly because it's got 2 B's. And those were the most common mistakes there. Okay. Good. Let's do one more, Danny. So each of the sentences below has 2 possible spelling errors. So choose the sentence in which both words are spelled correctly in this case.
Is it A?
And why would B, C, and D not be right?
Because in B, recommend should have 2 M's and accommodation should have 2 C's. And then in C, in recommend, there's an A instead of an O, and there's not 2 C's. And then in D, there's only 1 M, and there's a U instead of an O in accommodation.
Fantastic. Good analysis. Well done. Thank you, Danny. And let's try another. So let's go to Bogo for this one. Hi, Bogo. Hi there. How are you?
Each of the sentences below has my video isn't working for some reason.
Yeah, no worries. Just carry on.
Okay. Each of the sentences below has 2 possible spellings in with spelling errors. Choose the sentence in which both words are spelled correctly. I think it's A.
Do you think A is spelled correctly?
Should I look at it?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Actually, I think it's D.
D, okay, fine. Yeah, so D is correct. So A is not correct because the principle, there are 2 principles. This is what we were talking about before with the man. We were talking about homophones. So the word principle and principle are homophones. Okay, because they're 2 very similar sounding words, but they're spelt differently and they have actually different meanings as well. So this particular principle here is a principal in a school. And then don't forget how to spell practice. Again, you have two practices. You have Practice, and then you have the TISE as well. So D would be correct in this case. One is a dental practice or a doctor's practice, and then the other practice is actually what you do at home in terms of revision and theory and maths work and homework and so on, okay? So D is correct. Bogo, try one more.
I think it's D again.
You think it's D again?
Yes.
Okay, let's have a look. If you're right. Why do you think it's D? Why do you think A, B, and C are incorrect?
Because all the words because are spelled incorrectly apart from the one D. And it's the same thing. Unnecessary.
Yeah. Exactly. So unnecessary and because is spelled wrong here. You know when you're reading a text very quickly, sometimes you don't always distinguish between the spelling mistakes. And that's what this exercise is pretty much for. So well done for that, Bogo. Let's now go to Eliora. Hi, Eliora. There you go.
Is it C?
Okay, why is it not A, B, and D? Why do you think it's not A, B, and D, Eliora?
Oh, well, that's spelled wrong.
Yeah, that's fine. So what's spelled wrong? Just elaborate your answer a little bit, please.
The first one, beginning is spelled wrong. Second one, I think definitely is spelled wrong. So is beginning.
Yeah.
Like the last one, beginning, spelled wrong.
Good. So definitely in beginning are the two keywords that we were looking for there. So thank you for that. Let's go on to the next one and let's go to Amir.
Is it B?
And why is it not the others?
A, it's at the end of the sentence. It says Glamos, which doesn't make sense. C is spelled with the third letter is with an A, and it says glamorous, so that's wrong. And D is glamorous, so it doesn't make sense either.
Yeah.
So B is the only one that makes sense.
Yeah, sure. So we're looking at the word glamorous in this case. And also, yeah, so glamorous is the word that's actually spelled wrong quite a few times in this case. So B will be the correct answer, Amir. Thank you. And let's try this one with somebody else. Thanks, Amir. Okay, so let's go to, I'll say it again for this one.
Is it C?
Why do you think it's C?
Because some is spelled correctly, and all the other ones had miscorrect. It was spelled miscorrectly.
Yeah, good. Any other words that are spelled miscorrectly in any of the options?
Beautiful.
Good. Well done. Do one more for me, Usaid.
Is it C?
And why do you think it's C?
because photographers is spelled incorrectly in all the other sentences.
Well done. And there's one other word that's spelled incorrectly in some of the sentences. Just have a quick look at that.
Oh, might.
Might. Well done. Yeah, Usaid, is Obaid on the class right now?
Pardon?
Is Obaid also on in the class right now?
He's
no,
listening.
sorry. That's fine. That's no problem at all. I'll speak to you at the end of class, okay?
Oh, okay.
Just stick around at the end of class as well. Thank you so much. And we've got a few more to do, so let's go and get some more contributions from you all. Let's go to Rayan. Rayan?
Yeah.
How you doing?
I'm good.
Good.
Would it be C?
And why is it C?
All the other ones spelled model wrong.
Mm-hmm. And anything else?
Yeah, and Eiffel.
Eiffel Tower. You been to the Eiffel Tower?
No.
Do you know where it is?
Yeah.
Where?
It's in Paris, France.
Well done. Good lad. Have another go here.
Is it B?
Did you say B?
Is it A? Sorry.
A. Okay, why is it not B, C, and D?
Because the writing is spelled wrong.
What else? Anything else? One more thing.
It's
what's missing in it's?
the apostrophes.
And what is it's with an apostrophe short for?
It is.
Good lad. Thank you, Rayan. Rayan, I just want to talk to you at the end of class as well, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, and let's go to Dan for the next one.
Okay.
What is that?
Hello. Is it B?
And why do you think the rest are wrong?
Because it's got advertisement spelt right, and it's got a capital S for French.
Yeah, so French is in the capital F, and advertisement is also spelled correctly as well, whereas the others, well, at least one or two of them, have got the E missing in advertisement, and the word French is not in capital F, so I'll go with that one. Well done. And try this one as well, please, Dan.
It's C. Because it's the only one that's got exciting spelt right.
Okay, that's good. Anything else that you can see?
It's got advertising spelt right. It's got definitely spelt right.
Exactly. So definitely it's been spelled wrong in some of them, and also exciting was also spelled wrong. So C is going to be our correct answer. Okay. So this skill is all about identifying spelling mistakes quickly, and then working out what the right spelling mistakes are. Because you know, when we read in a rush. A lot of us, we don't actually take our time to look for mistakes. Now, why is this exercise important? Because when you hear teachers always say to you again and again and again and again, constantly, please check your work. This is how you check your work. You check your work to such a degree that you check every single word singularly, which means one by one. Checking your work doesn't mean that you scan from top to bottom like an X-ray machine. No, that's not how it is. Checking your work means going through sentence and words one at a time. Okay, so we've got 3 questions left. Let's just finish this and wrap this up. Let's go to Ibrahim for the next one.
Sorry. Right. So I think it's going to be patient. It's going to be D.
Okay, and what's wrong with the others?
The first one, it says impatent.
Mm-hmm.
The second one, it says impatient. Third one is impatent again, and the last one is correct, impatient.
Good lad, well done. And try this one.
This one is going to be B. The first one says nobody. Second one says nobodies, and the last one says nobodies.
What is nobodies with an apostrophe? What is it? It's a contraction, right? So when you have an apostrophe and when the word contracts, becomes smaller, what is nobodies with an apostrophe short for?
Nobody is / was.
Good. Okay, and the last one?
It's going to be C, because the first one, there shouldn't be an E. Second one, too many O's. And the last one, it's got W and an E instead of OR.
Well done. Good. Okay, so that's good. So now I hope you understand that when you're checking your work, when your teacher or your parents or anybody, or myself for that matter, as your tutor, says to you, please, please, please check your work properly. This is how you will check your work. Every sentence, every word, one by one, every apostrophe, every comma, every punctuation mark, full stop, capital letter. All right? So please start doing that when you go forward with your coursework, with your homework, with your assignments, anything for that matter. All right? I just want to speak to a few people today, please. And if I could please speak to Rayan. If I could